Recording. Alright. Hello, and we are trying something a little different this time. I'm here with a friend of mine, Mark Redding from Digital Ground Zero, and one of the absolute biggest Dark Souls fans I know.
Yeah, there's pretty much nothing I haven't managed to do in the game other than like playing it with weird controllers. Like a walking, talking strategy guide for the game.
So, and since I really want to get through this game, he's going to be helping me out as sort of a not death coach.
Now, there are a couple places where you do technically have to die unless you do something really crazy.
Interesting.
Like jumping off of a moving elevator and not falling to your death, or like resetting before that happens. There are ways past certain things, but those are like glitches, and we're probably not going to be doing that.
Oh, he's too quiet? Do I need to increase his audio? Bump it up to about 50? It's possible he's a bit too...
Well, no, it should be fine. I haven't touched anything on my audio on my end, at least.
So push him up to 80. How's that sound? Is that better?
How's this sound?
That should be good, I suppose. There we go. Okay. So, I have played this game in the past, and I'm just hearing just how much you rave about it. This is like one of your absolute favorite series, if not your favorite series ever.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I really want to finally get through it. I did enjoy what I have played of it, so there's going to be a bit of a problem with game audio. We've tried for about an hour to get it to work with Elgato and Skype, and it's just impossible with the current setup we have now, basically because of an oversight with OBS. You can't delay desktop audio without delaying everything else as well, but that's not the point. Let's get into the game. Alright, what is my character's name going to be? He is going... I have no idea what I want to call him.
One of the things I like to do is name it based on what I plan to do with him. If you're going to do like Pyromancy and Dexterity, for example, or do Pyrodex, or something like that, or like one of my builds is called the Glass Cannon. That is just like nothing but like intelligence and faith points and attunement, and it only has like 400 HP or something crazy.
How about that?
Yeah, that works.
Alright, I will be playing as Finally Win, or I'll call him Finn for short.
Yeah, the most important thing, at least in the beginning, is going to be what kind of character you want to start with. The ones that have, you know, anything that has a 100% blocking shield, like the...
Oh god, fucking motorcycles. Wouldn't it be just cheaper to run down the street going, "Pay attention to me! Pay attention to me!"
Yeah, yeah. They don't get mufflers. They get louders.
Okay. So, what class would you suggest for me? I imagine you have beaten it as a deprived.
Yes, I have. Pyromancer, you start at level 1, so leveling up the first couple times is going to be really easy, and it's going to take almost nothing. And you get spells with Pyromancer, Cleric, and Sorcerer. The Pyromancer and Sorcerer are going to give you some ranged spells to start with. The Hunter starts with a bow. The Thief is probably the most difficult starting class.
I think the first guy I started the game with was a Thief.
Yeah. Warrior and Knight are pretty good because they're pretty heavy duty, but they are pretty heavily armored too at the same time. And the Cleric starts out with the Bandit's also pretty good if you're into like up close and personal combat.
Right, so what are the like specific difference between Sorcerer and Pyromancer?
Pyromancer starts with like 8 castings of a fire spell, and the Sorcerer starts out with like 20 plus castings, I think, of a longer range spell, where the Pyromancer just kind of like throws basically like magical fire bombs.
Right.
The Pyromancer's axe is pretty good, but they both start off with like really shitty shields, and the Sorcerer starts off with a dagger, which does like...
Well, if you're going to be using ranged combat, then the shield doesn't quite matter as much.
It kind of does, because Because no matter how you do it, you're going. If you're doing ranged, whatever, you're going to be mixing it up.
Yeah, you're obviously going. Yeah.
I like just default to Pyromancer when I start my games, because really once you get into the game itself, you don't really have to worry so much, and it's really easy to get like a 100% blocking shield basically right away once you get to Firelink. It's just a matter of how comfortable are you fighting the Asylum Demon.
Okay, I guess I'll start
without having the blocker get hit.
Alright, I guess I'll start with the Pyromancer. What gift should I choose? I know what you were talking about, how your mom chose the black fire bombs.
Well, no, that was in Dark Souls 3.
Alright.
Master Key.
The Master Key.
Because that'll open up a lot of really high-end items like right away once you start the game.
Alrighty.
Think of it like a Metroidvania where you can suddenly open up a bunch of the shortcuts that you normally can't. Actually, using Very Slim is a good idea because your hitbox is slightly smaller.
It does. So the build actually is rather important. Well, slightly important at least.
Slightly important. Like your movement hitbox is exactly the same, but for whatever reason, like your actual like attack, your defense hitbox is slightly different.
That kind of looks like Finn.
I usually don't spend too much time like customizing my character because it just
because I'm probably gonna take so much time, spend so much time hollowed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, when we're fighting bosses, before we go to bosses, we're gonna be popping humanity, actually popping 2 humanities, kindling the bonfire so you get extra heals, and then summoning like for the gargoyles we're gonna summon Solaire, and that's probably the only one that is really deadly important at the beginning because I've played the hell out of this game, and I still have trouble with the gargoyles early game.
I did manage to beat the gargoyles on my last playthrough. I just got insanely lucky.
Yeah, if you use gold pine resin,
I did have a gold pine resin, and for whatever reason, I think one of the further gargoyles got like stuck on a barrier or something, so I was just able to annihilate the first one unopposed.
Mm-hmm. And the second one only has half HP, and he doesn't have a tail, and that just makes it way easier. And the first thing I usually do is try to cut its tail. Don't lock onto them. Cut the first one's tail off. It like cuts a quarter of its HP in one shot, or like 3 shots.
Alright, I think I'm ready to start.
Alright. There's one thing I learned about this game is that all of the bosses have a certain weakness, and all of the areas in the game are like catered to a certain build, or actually against a certain build.
Right.
Like Lost Izalith, where all the fire stuff is and lava. Pyromancers kind of suck when you go down there, so it's you gotta really start to rely on physical, but that's way later in the game. That's like way past the midway point. By that time we should be about level 60 or 70.
Is the game audio okay? Can you hear the...
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, the sorcerer in PvP especially, the sorcerer is like stupid overpowered in Dark Souls 1.
That would be fun if I was online.
Yeah.
Well, how do invasions work?
Well, if you're in human form and you haven't beaten the boss of the area yet, it basically allows other players to invade your game by using a special item.
And are they only limited to players of similar level to them, or could like a level 80 invade a level 2?
No. If you're invading somebody, you can only invade above your level, like minus 10%. So if I'm level 70, I can invade level 75s sometimes, but it's more likely I'm going to be invading, level 80s, 90s, 100s in that depending on the area. Summoning people, it has to be like something like within 10% of your level, but NPC summons don't count, and NPC invasions don't count either. They just invade you if you're human in the area. There's one that I really like to go after if I can, which is this guy is basically wearing spiky armor, Dark Wraith Kirk or something like that. And if you kill him in all the invasion points, you get all of the parts of his armor and his weapons. And his armor like has a special ability where if you roll into enemies, it does damage.
So it's like spiked armor.
Yeah, and then you use that later on in the in a certain area to whoa, glitching out on the video, but it's not too bad.
Dark Souls 1's invasions, at least on PC, are infested with hackers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there are people on YouTube that have literally made it an art form in killing people that you can't kill. Like they'll find ways to basically push them off of heights and stuff like that.
I saw a video of a guy who basically invaded somebody naked with 2 bows, and he just kept switching from left hand to right hand, so it looked like he was dancing.
Yeah.
But he would dodge so quickly that the guy couldn't kill him, and eventually, just to end the invasion, he just jumped off a cliff.
Yeah, the first time I was ever invaded in the game, and it scared the hell out of me, was he was a dark moon character, and they are the only characters that can be like 100 level above you and still invade you. But you have to have sinned. I accidentally killed somebody I shouldn't have killed in the game, and that raises your sin, so he was allowed to enter my world and try to attack me. So this guy comes out carrying 2 great shields and basically just like pummels me into the ground with them. It was like the scariest thing I've ever seen.
The Red Tearstone Ring. I didn't have time to read it.
Yeah, Red Tearstone Ring, when you're below 25% health, basically like doubles or quadruples your attack power.
Right.
So there's this thing called Hyper Tearstone mode. There's a spell called Power Within that you cast it and you lose health, but it like quadruples your attack power. And then if you have Tearstone Ring and if you're below a quarter health at the same time, you're getting like 500-600% of your attack, and you're just like, this is how people one-shot bosses.
So very much glass cannon characters.
Yes, there's...
So then, of course, if you build up your HP to be a very high maximum number, then you can be at a quarter and still have a decent amount of health.
You can, but it's a game of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Once you get past like 45 vitality, you don't get anything, really. It's the same thing with like all the stats, really. They start to have diminishing returns after certain points, and it's not linear either. Like you'll get 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 10 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0. It's weird. Like every level has a specific upgrade for it. It's very strange how they set this up. But the amount of balancing that goes in this game, it was just absurd.
Just dropped a dead body down onto me.
Yep. He's got the fluted Elite Knight armor. Always press A after you pick something up, because that message will not go away on its own. Don't worry about none of these enemies in here will hurt you. And if you look to the right, you get to see the not the Asylum Demon, but the Stray Demon, which is like 20 times as powerful as that guy.
Yeesh.
You hear him smashing around over there to the right. So if you look through the bars.
Hey, ugly.
That's actually a bonus fight later on in the game.
Oh, lovely.
So as I'm going up that first ladder, I usually unequip my the broken sword, because it's not useful for anything. Like, literally, your punches do just about the same amount of
Yeah, I
damage.
remember trying to fight a guy at the beginning and taking, like, I think it is in my video, my First Impressions Friday. I have to fight it,
go
40
into the
times.
menu and
After tagging, like,
go in the
40
menu and
times.
take it off, because it's just dead weight on your character at this point. Also, I think you might want to remove his hood so you can still fast roll. I forget exactly. It's one of those things that you start to learn. Oh, you can just you can automatically take it off by pressing X.
Yeah, okay.
Since we're not going to be confronting the silent demon right away, you know about
Okay,
that.
so it works basically like, say, the original Final Fantasy, where you have spell charges,
Yeah,
right?
right. So you have 8. Total uses 8. Fireballs are pretty, like, impressively powerful against most monsters.
Okay.
Most enemies in the game are very susceptible to fire damage.
Is there anything else around here that I should look for, or just head
Not
on
in
through the
this
door?
area. Yeah, just head on through the door. There is a shortcut back out here later on. That's the only thing else that's in there. And of course, running by the asylum demon and going through the little shortcut, unless you feel like running around his ass all day and punching him in the back.
No,
You
I don't
gotta
think so.
use your run button there, but
Yeah. Which was the run button? Let's.
hold it. It's the same as a roll button. You just hold it.
Oh,
instead
okay.
of,
Oh, you bitch!
stick.
Fucking bitch is running.
Yeah, exactly. There's your shield to the left there that you ran by the way.
I guess I
Or
should
no, your
probably pick
weapon.
that up.
Yeah. Your weapon and your shield. There's your weapon. But yeah, you need to grab that. Definitely need to grab that shield. I'm like about 5 seconds behind.
Yeah,
on the
just
stream.
yeah. Now I can kick this guy's ass.
Yep. Oh, okay. You want to go in already? Don't worry. There you go. What? Go in.
And now you're dead. See, that's what you do when you attack me.
Yeah.
Traverse the white light.
This area, there's the stairs and the boulder, of course. I think the boulder would one-shot you, but if you stay to the far right and the bottom, run to the bottom of the stairs, it'll completely miss you every time. Or I'm sorry, the far left of the stairs. Oh, never mind.
Need to roll out of the way once I got to the bottom.
Now, if you stay near the cage side, it'll miss you because it rolls to the right. But you gotta go through the hole that it made. He'll follow you down if you don't kill him too. Use your lock on the right stick.
There.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon. Then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I both undead. Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There's an old saying in my family.
Speedrunners found out we used to just go in and kill Oscar. By the way, everybody named this guy Oscar. We used to run in and just kill him really quick because then you'd get all the items really fast. But then we found out if you can talk to him and skip through his dialogue faster than it would take him to die. He actually kills himself as you're walking up the stairs.
One more thing.
Oh, come on, cat. Stop picking at my power cords. Go.
Oh, and this.
I guarantee she's going to want to come back out here in like 5 minutes, too.
I would hate to harm you after death. So go now.
Anyway, if you take that little passage to the right of the stairs that the boulder came down, you can go to the bonfire real quick. But it will, I believe, respawn that boulder.
Up this way.
To the right of the stairs, there's a gate at the bottom of them. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know.
Alrighty.
Watch that fall damage.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, your bottom item always defaults to the X button. I know! I can tell.
So while he... Oh, jeez.
God.
You bitch. Keep forgetting about that asshole.
Yeah, always lock on to them too, yeah, just because then when you're not going to run away or turn your back to them, because they can backstab you. If they get a lucky shot, and then there's that item to the right, that's your pyro glove. There's going to be a bunch of enemies coming in, yeah.
Well, bunch of souls.
There's this arrow guy behind him.
Yeah, I see him. Arrows can go really slow. Is that actually part
They
of
do now.
canon
They go
for
really
whatever
slow.
reason?
No, it's just the starting enemies. And if you look at them later on, they'll start to home in more and more on you and go faster. Especially at like the Duke's Archives, which gets crazy. You can roll through arrows too, if you time it. But yeah, heal, double hand your weapon, heal, and then use your plunge attack to go and then after you go through the door. Make sure you lock on the Asylum Demon before using the plunge attack. Don't go into the other room there.
Why? Because this guy will fuck me up?
Yeah, that guy over there is a pain in the ass. Right now.
Oh, sorry, it's too late.
But yeah, Y key double hand your weapon, so when you do a plunge attack, it's just helpful to do that. Yeah, it drops half his HP to do a plunging attack, definitely.
I killed him. No, wasn't too bad.
No, not that guy.
Oh.
Talking about the Asylum Demon. And also, before going through the white light, and equip your pyro glove on your right hand. We can't go through that door yet either.
Okay, so change equipment.
Right hand, next to your axe.
Oh, right. Okay. Pyromancy flame. Oh, so that lets you use the fire attack.
Yes, and then using the D-pad switches between your hands and basically the items in the thing mapped to the D-pad. But yeah, two-handing your weapon, you can like literally. But you got to remember to press triangle after you get off that two-handed attack because yeah. So basically heal, or yeah, get out of your menu, close your menu. Heal.
Okay. Switch to two-hand.
Heal.
I healed, yeah.
Okay, there we go. And then lock on before dropping down, but don't take too long doing it because I'll jump up and kill you in one shot.
It's locked down now. Oh, crap.
Yeah, did he jump?
It wouldn't lock on.
Yeah, you gotta look straight down at him. There it goes, yeah. Yep, yeah, I just see what happened. Oops.
Yeah, it wouldn't fucking lock on.
That sucks.
I wasn't that far ahead.
You get an idea of what you gotta do there, at least. Everybody falls their first time.
Actually, I think I beat him my first time.
That was like the first achievement everybody gets. This is Dark Souls. And then Dark Souls 2 came out and they just like said, well, instead we're going to put like 50 enemies in the same room just to be bitches. Like, what the hell? Yeah, take your two hand off too.
Yeah, I got that.
It will do quite a bit. You can do like 1.5 times more damage two-handed than you do one-handed. And the strength requirement is only, it goes down by 25% when you use a two-hand something. But yeah, you'll notice that even if you're blocking, you're still taking damage through that shield. Because that shield doesn't have a 100% block rate for physical attacks. I think it actually does quite well for magic, though.
Alright, I recovered my body. Okay, so to drop on him, you just drop down and hit the R1?
No, I looked down at him directly in R1 and then just, like, drop, yeah, or hit the, R3 locking on, and then
yeah, lock on first and then drop down. Okay.
Yeah, it'll like it should as you're dropping down. Just hit R1 before you get close to him. Like as you're dropping, hit R1 like immediately, and it'll just automatically go into like a lock-in animation.
Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, it didn't work.
You missed. You didn't lock in on him.
I did lock on. I see the fucking lock button on him. You see that?
No, you didn't
see
hit the button.
I did hit the fucking button. I was hitting the goddamn button.
Too late. You hit it before you came off the cliff. Or before your jump animation was done.
You're telling me like two fucking different things. Jump down and hit the button. No, don't jump down and then lock on. No, lock down first and then you hit the button.
No, I said lock on, walk in, look down, lock on, jump after your jump animation is complete, then hit the button. As you're falling...
Do I have to actually do a jump action or can I just drop down?
Just drop down on him.
So you're saying jump, but I know there is actually a jump action in the game.
I'm sorry. As you're falling, like halfway between falling off the thing and hitting them, I usually do it then. I don't know why, it's just... once you get the timing on the attacks down, it's so much different.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, I guess you don't technically have to lock in. It's just a habit that I picked up for that. And I usually unlock when I'm fighting them because you move around them faster. But fighting bosses unlocked, by the way, is kind of an advanced technique, so I don't recommend doing it. Unless it's Quelaag.
So, yeah, my body is down in there, so...
Yeah, there's like an 8-second delay on that. So if you were out down there for 8 seconds, that's where your body's going to be. Oh, I heard that. That sounded good. And then you just want to kind of like bury your face in his ass. Try to stay behind him. If he flies up, back off. Back off. Yeah. His wind-ups are really slow. When you see him winding up, don't go attacking. Wait until after he attacks to do your damage. But patience is such a major thing against bosses in this game. And he does that rowboating attack a lot, like he's rowing in a canoe. That's his thing. And it's always to your right side of him.
How he's flying.
Yeah, when he does that, just back off and then run in and get a couple hits on his belly. I think you just killed him, didn't you?
No, he's still going.
You see how long it takes him to recover from that flying attack, though. When he does that, you get a good chance to run in, but that is an AoE attack. Nice. I just saw that roll that you did. That was good. I know you got hit right after it, but still. Okay, yeah, run in while he's doing that. Anytime he does a fly attacks, as soon as he hits the ground, start running at his belly and get a couple shots in. Otherwise, try to stay behind him. and try to stay to his go to your left, not hit your right. You keep going to your right, and that's where all of his attacks hit.
There we go.
Yeah, he's not too bad.
Humanity.
It's kind of hard to give you tips in it when you're.
Yeah, when it's like 8 seconds behind.
and
Yeah.
I'm 5 to 8 seconds behind. I know. I'm sorry. I know that's gotta be frustrating. I gotta try to think of this stuff like ahead of time. Before,
You have to
like, I'm
think
gonna
of it.
start-
You have to think of it in terms of his tells. Like, tell me what his tells are.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna stop you for a couple minutes before the Taurus demon. We're like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here's the game plan. Huddle up, huddle up.
Any reason to smash these pots?
No, there's nothing in them. It's not Zelda.
You just watch
Just go through the big door.
just enjoy the Havoc physics engine.
Yeah. It's a very nice physics engine, not the small door, the big doors at the end.
These doors.
I don't know which ones you're running towards the wrong one right now to me. The ones near the bonfire are not the right one. You want to go to the closed doors at the far end where you drop down and
Oh, okay.
you're looking
Right.
at- And there are a couple items out here, but they're not really that important. There's like 200 souls just hanging around. You don't really need them.
Good job. Go straight ahead.
Yep. There's a couple secrets here that we're gonna come back and grab later. Snuggly the critters here. You can't read any of the things. The only thing you can read is basically the messages on the ground.
Right.
And you won't be seeing any of those because you're offline. Those are the only ones you're going to see is in the first area because that's the developer messages. Yes.
Shouldn't you be bothering Prometheus?
Yeah. Hey, I guess so. You are a pyromancer. You did kind of snatch the fire from the gods. And you will be fighting the gods later on.
Oh, lovely.
That's what, like, Lord Gwyn basically is.
Vertigo from this shit. Wow.
Don't drop me, don't drop me. I mean, if you want to, you can talk to the guy here. He basically tells you about the two bells of awakening. Just don't attack him yet.
Yet.
Well, he's worth like 2,000 souls, I think, but he is such a monstrous pain in the ass to kill early on. Like,
Okay, so I have enough souls to level up 3 times.
no, you have like twice, because every time you level up, it'll take like one.
No, it's 3.
Souls. Oh, okay. I see. Here's where we're going to start to think. Well, what do we want to do with this character?
I want to beat the game.
I know. I would try to get your dexterity up to 11. Because I'm going to try to get you a really nice sword. You're going to die, so we want to spend all these souls that we can.
Right.
Get you an awesome ass sword and an awesome ass shield. Don't spend resistance. Yeah, dexterity up to 11, and start pumping your faith. We're going to need a lot. We're going to need to upgrade that again, but you're going to get some souls for doing that in a minute. In fact, you're going to get like 5,000 souls on this. I'm going to make you do a suicide run. So just set it up like that. You should be good.
Okay.
You'll at least be able to use a 100% defensive shield and a pretty good sword here in a minute. So, okay, you see where that guy in the chainmail is? Go to the... There's a set of stairs to his right. To your left. It's down behind... It goes, like, down behind the tree against that wall.
Oh, okay. Right. I see it.
Where are you going? Okay, there you go.
Yes.
And then, at the other side of that area, there's another set of stairs that goes down towards the right and curves around again. So on the far end, to you're the right of where you were looking at the girl, in that arch, if you turn right, there's a set of stairs there.
Yep, I'm on my way down.
Okay, there's an elevator down there. I'm gonna ride that guy down. And then once you get to the bottom there, you're gonna... There are a couple items in here if you want to grab them, but they, maybe like 2 minutes.
I remember being down here before.
But there's another exit way, basically to the right of where you exit out that first tower. All the way down to, like, there's a bunch of hollows in here, but they don't care about you.
I see some loot.
Yeah.
Soul of a nameless soldier.
Yeah, don't pop any souls yet, because there's 398, they're going to be gone.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're not going to want to be going back to get them once we awaken this undead dragon. All these hollows are... They won't ever bother you unless you attack them.
And they're worth like minimal souls,
Yeah,
so it's
they're
not even
like,
worth
yeah,
it.
They're
It's
nothing.
like 20, yeah. Okay.
Like, if you accidentally hit one, that's the only time it's worth going. But anyway, that second hollow that you killed right to his left, we go up, there's little steps there.
Okay.
And there's a locked gate in there.
But thankfully I have the master key.
Yeah. And behind that gate, the way it opens, there's actually a very large soul behind there. And in fact, the amount of brightness of each one of those has is how good the item tends to be. So yeah, large soul, nameless soldier. I think that's 1,000 right there. We're going to go across that little wooden bridge carefully.
And left or right?
Left. Just follow that down, and eventually you're going to see a undead dragon.
Yes,
Yeah,
I remember
right goes,
being down
right
here.
goes down to Blighttown. This is the Valley of the Drakes. Yeah, this is the shortcut to Blighttown. So once you cross that bridge, you'll see an undead dragon. Well, it looks like it's dead right now. And think from his perspective. You want to grab the item in his left claw first. That won't wake him up. There's 2 near his right claw, but when you get those 2, you want to stand between them and just mash the A button, and it'll pick both of them up. But get the item in his left claw first. That's like 5,000 souls right there.
Okay, so grab the one on his left claw, then run over and grab the ones between his right ones?
Yeah, when you go to the ones between the right, you got to step in between them and just start mashing the A button, and it'll pick both of them up. But you got to do it all at once. You can't just stand between them and say, "Hey, what do I do?" Because he'll just fucking wake up and kill you. So you can pillage that one if you want.
Got
to.
him.
Yeah, let him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I say that's why I said so you can roll through that. You can get away, but that's why this is called a suicide run.
Right.
You just got some really badass weapons. Now you're at the bonfire. Pop them souls. Level up a whole bunch. You're going to level up your faith to like 14 or so, I think. I forget what the requirement is on the sword.
We'll see how it goes.
The sword gets bonuses based on your faith. That straight sword that you picked up is actually a really badass sword. It can't be buffed with anything. You can't use like lightning on it or anything. Stop it. Why did you come out here if you just want to go right back in?
Okay, change equipment. So
Go, Lisa. Go on.
store Astra's straight sword. Oh yeah, I've used that in the previous one.
Right. And then-
Unable to wield effectively at present stats. What
right,
do I
we
need?
need to upgrade your faith. If you press triangle or X, I believe.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
X.
X.
No, it's Y on the Xbox.
It'll switch. Well, Y switches. One of them switches your stats, and and the other one switches what like the different displays for the item. So if you like open up the story straight sword and you press X, it'll like show you different information on it.
X is an equip.
I know, but when you open up, when you press A on the store straight sword, like you're going to switch your weapons, and then you're in your weapon inventory, you press X from there, and it'll start toggling the display.
Okay. Yeah, so I need
So
a,
you'll be able
I need a
to
faith of
split it.
14.
Right. So level up to 14. Also switch the new shield in because that's got a huge amount of fire resistance, like 85% fire damage resistance, which is pretty badass.
Dragon Crest Shield, okay. And use the souls. Use all 3 of them?
Yeah. You gotta do it because they're already equipped to your thing.
Wait, what?
You can just do them. You can unequip them that way and do them from the menu, but you can just pop them right from your game screen by pressing down.
Yeah, I
where
got it.
Essence Flask. Yeah. Yeah, Soul of a Proud Knight's pretty badass. 2,000 right there. I think that's what it is, and then. So that's actually a pretty decent number of souls. There are a bunch of souls hidden around Firelink Shrine as well, but that should be more.
So it's not quite the 5,000 that you thought it would be, but
I forget what it is. There is another couple more souls down there that I usually grab. That's why I keep forgetting about that. Because
Right.
I usually dodge the dragon's attack and go back and start like running away from ghosts. But yeah, level up your faith. Actually, right now with that sword, the more faith you pump into it, the more damage it does.
okay, that pushed me exactly at 14.
Yeah, it should be doing like 100 some odd.
176, yeah.
Yeah, right weapon 176. That's pretty good.
Okay.
So this gives you like a massively good start. Now like the Taurus Demon, like one hit on the Taurus Demon with the plunge attack will take like half its health off. And it's got a really, I love the move set on this sword. So there's a bunch of items around Firelink you should also be picking up, like the one on that well that you just walked past.
I see, yeah, 3 humanities.
Which, yeah, I'll worry about that later because we don't need to kindle your fire quite yet. But back in like the little church area back there with the water in it, if you go up into that area, just don't go to the graveyard. Oh, into the all the way to the right, and then there's Petrus of Thurland, which he'll sell you miracles. And actually, your character, we might do like a pyromancy miracle sort of thing, which might be that's one of the best ways I've completed the game. Yeah, that open chest back there is actually for a specific ring that you can accidentally lose. You can basically feed it to a character to get souls for it later on. But yeah, there's busted steps. Not those ones, not the graveyard. Don't go to the graveyard. For God's sake, don't go to the graveyard. Well, you got a good sword against that stuff, but still, those guys, man, they do bleed, and they're just nasty. Those items are not worth getting yet. But yeah, you kind of go up into the little church there.
That crow's not going to be a problem,
No,
is
no,
he?
he's the guy that drops you off and brings you back to Firelink. He's pretty cool.
Soul of a Lost Undead.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little souls, and then like off to the very far right of Firelink, there's I believe either regular fire bombs or black fire bombs. I can't remember. And there's a couple little things in there. It's not super. There's one that's really tricky to get to, so I don't recommend going after it because it's real easy to like roll through the little thing there and just fall right the hell off.
Right.
But when you're standing, I guess looking at that statue, when you're looking at the statue to the right of the entire area, there's like a little like side spots area there. You go back and there's something there. You were just there and you walked out.
Isaac has no idea what's going on. You mean up these stairs? On the right
Up
side?
the right side, those downstairs, so up the right side steps. Okay, well, if you can go, you're going up the steps to the undead berg anyway. Might as well just do it.
Something just blew up.
Yeah, that's why that shield's so good. That shield will defend like almost all the damage that thing does. I won't even bother with the armor going yet. Usually just, oh yeah, no, that's bad. One of the things I do like about the way this game is laid out in the beginning is it does kind of teach you. Like, it's got like a Mega Man X style, like, this is like, here's all the mechanics. It doesn't just jam it down your throat all at once.
Oh. A lot of skeletons coming after me right now.
Yeah. The weapon you got will kill most of them in a single hit.
That's good. And they're dropping decent number of souls.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and might get overkill on some of them, which means when you do over 150% of their health and damage, you get 150, 125% or something like that of the souls that they would normally drop. The rat up in that tunnel at the top, you do want to watch out for him. Where are you going?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that you're trying to get up to the aqueduct.
Soul of Lost Undead. Good.
Yeah. And that aqueduct, to the very immediate left, there's a rat that can do poison damage. You really don't want to get poisoned, and it'll go right through your shield. So you just want to kill him quickly. And there's another humanity, I believe, behind him. He won't get...
He stuck to me. I thought he was chasing me.
Yeah, Havoc physics engine is so awesome. You can like fling bodies and shit around. This is one of the things I miss so much in Dark Souls 2.
Oh god. Ambush fucker.
I'm sorry, it makes me laugh seeing that's happened.
I'm glad you can enjoy my pain.
Breaking barrels and nothing in them.
So yeah, this sword basically has to be one-shot most of the guys here, it seems.
Yeah.
I see a guy down there.
Yeah, don't worry about him. He can't really get up there for it takes him a long time to get up there. Usually I don't bother. There are a couple of nice items down there, but there's a lot of fuckers waiting to ambush you too. And if you're going to go down there, those barrels that you broke right on the edge, that's the way down, because there's an item there.
Does there need to be anything in this room?
No. Through the white light and behind the steps, there's a dead guy with an item on him.
Down by the barrel, so I have to drop
Yeah.
down?
Yeah, there's that item there. Yeah, on top of the smaller tower. But you just missed it. It's always the glowing white lights.
So I have to drop down there, though? I was looking
Yeah.
around to see if there's a
You're gonna
ladder.
have to drop down there, and then you're gonna have to fight a whole shitload of guys that are ambushing you. And like generally, it takes so much time. It's not worth it.
Oh well. Looks like I'll have to do it.
You can actually see him hanging off the side there. And if you can hit him quickly enough, you can actually take him out real quick. Just knock him down. But and you remember that little alcove that if you go back the way that you came, There's that little alcove. There's another one back there with a decent item in it too. There's just rubbish in that area.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, as I told you, there's a lot of guys. There's like.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen people just get completely ambushed by these guys in like the
If you get if
in the
you know
church.
where they're at, yeah, if you know where they're at, you can just literally go up and smack them down. That was the painted. The next time you see guys hanging like that's the painted world of air or whatever, which is like probably the hardest fucking area in the game, if you ask me. There's two areas I absolutely dread going through. One is the painted world, which is optional, and the other one is the Tomb of the Giants, which is not.
Okay, I think I have enough to level up another.
Yeah, but you're closer to the next bonfire than you are the first one.
Okay, so through the white light.
Yeah, and then underneath the steps. There's a little item there on a dead guy.
I
And
see it.
when you go up to the top in the open area, watch out for the dragon.
Just casually watch out for the dragon.
Yeah, if you run too far forward, he'll basically stop you. So basically hold your shield up as you're going out there and don't run.
Oh yeah, I remember this part.
Okay, yeah, this is the next part. What I would recommend doing here is be very careful and try to draw guys in one at a time. In fact, I'd use an Estus flask and heal up before you go out there. No, you can't make that jump. Everybody's tried. You gotta actually go from the very top. There's a way down there. There's gonna be a crossbow guy that can like get some extreme ass range on you, but you can kind of hide to the right of those steps and he won't be able to hit you. But you want to kite enemies in one at a time. One's already after you there.
Yep, I got him.
There's one hiding behind those wooden panels, by the way. Not that just the guy on the step, not just the guy with the crossbow on the top, but there's a guy behind the panels.
I see him.
that's up.
Yeah, I see him. He's coming for me now. Just wait for him.
The guy in the back, just first.
There we go.
And basically up where that archer is, there's a little wooden bridge to the left. That's the next bonfire right there. That's how close you are.
Dude, fucking frenzy you.
By the way, that archer will take more than one hit. I'm just telling you right now.
So can I just hit him with a fireball?
Yeah, I don't think you can from down there.
Oops.
Yeah, he's just gonna time your ass out every time. He takes like 2 or 3 hits with the Astora sword. He just kind of like combo his ass real quick because he doesn't have another weapon. This is all he does is sits there with his
Just
crossbow.
stands there, crossbow, crossbow, crossbow.
Yeah, so it's just like a matter of rushing him. Oh, 2 hits, okay. And then right across that little wooden bridge is the bonfire.
And I got it. Okay. Let's see. Level up.
How far are we in on this right now?
Like how much time?
Yeah.
OBS says an hour and 19.
Alright, I think this is actually a good place to stop for right now. 'Cause I
Right.
gotta do a bunch of stuff now.
Okay, so what should I boost before we... I have one more level.
I would almost say, for
Keep,
me it'd be
keep doing
endurance,
faith, or what?
But, the more endurance you have, the more stamina and equipment load that you have.
Right.
But faith will like give you a pretty good bonus on your weapon attacks.
I only boost it by 1, it seems.
Yeah, it does.
What about intelligence?
No, I don't think we're doing an intelligence build today. And pyromancy has your stats have no effect on your pyromancy. It's all based on how much your gloves leveled up.
Huh.
So I'd go with faith and just make your sword stronger.
Okay.
The sword will get bonuses from dexterity and strength too. So if you want to start thinking about other weapons, there's other things to do there. But the Stora's straight sword will get you through a good third of the game, literally.
Okay, so I'll leave that as is.
Because we're going to get the ability once we start killing bosses to like really pump levels up. So, first thing I would say right now is we want to get your faith to say 25.
25?
That way we can get lightning bolt for you. Or lightning spear. Because a lightning spear is like the most badass spell that you can get early in the game.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Get up there yet. That's actually the shortcut. There's a ladder up there that you got to kick down. That's the shortcut up to the Fire Drake Bridge.
Right. I've been that far before.
Yep.
So yeah, I've made it through a considerable amount of this game, but
Yeah. You said you got up to like Ornstein and Snow, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. I'm gonna pause the recording here, and I will be back.
Alright, I'm gonna get off here, because I got stuff I gotta take care of.